शङ्कराचार्यमध्यममाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Srimahans, Mahans, Kotaris, Tanedars, who are sitting with us all over the world through Nityananda TV, Sadhana TV, and two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha all over the world. Cities sitting with us through two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha, Singapore, Singapuram, Toronto, Kailasam, Kuala Lumpur, Palani, Oklahoma, Somanatham, Ohio, Prayag, Bangalore, Basaveshwaranagar, St. Louis, Festus, New York, Varanasi, Indrani, New Jersey, San Jose, Madurai, Phoenix, Kanchipuram, Toronto, Kailasam, Houston, Kalahasti, Nityananda University, Los Angeles, Seattle, Chidambaram, London, Kashi, Muktananda, Seattle, Nityananda Nagara, Bididi, Netherlands, Atlanta, Georgia, Belgium, Dhyanapeetham, Austin, Hyderabad, Gupta Kashi, Jorpati, Nepal, Scottsdale, Arizona, Port Washington, New York, Hebal, Bangalore, Tirunelveli, Dhyanapeetham, Warrington, North Carolina, Jorpati, Nepal, Scottsdale, Hyderabad, Gupta Kashi, Austin, High Point, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Belgium, Dhyanapeetham, Nityananda University, Paris, Tallahassee, Florida, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Oman, Sivagangai. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Today's satsang, I wanted to expand on karma. 8th day of the inner awakening, all of you are going through the completion with yourself and completion with others. Completion with yourself and completion with others. Please understand, whenever you go through the completion with yourself and completion with others, one of the very important aspect everyone overlooks, forgetting the truth of the Advaita. You always think, let everyone complete with me, but I don't need to complete with others. Or, let everyone become authentic with me. I don't need to be authentic. I can manage. Please understand, your arrogance which makes you believe you can manage the natural law of life itself is called karma. Your arrogance which gives you the belief you can manage the natural law of life is karma. Authenticity is natural law of life. You can never manipulate it. You can never manage it. Only you can be managed by authenticity. You should be managed by authenticity. Why we try to manipulate dharma, law of life? Because we feel at some part of us we cannot change. We feel it is impossible for us to transform. some habits, some patterns, you feel you can't give up. So naturally, to convince yourself it is okay, you need to manipulate dharma. For example, if you can't live the life of a sannyasi, celibate, then just manipulate the dharma saying, okay, it's okay, this is also okay. If you are unattached and live grihastha life, that is also okay. But if you are unattached, then why are you going to live there? Now, I am not saying give up the grihastha life and become a sannyasi. All I am saying is at least be very clear where you are powerful, where you are powerless. And it is not necessary you need to give up grihastha life to achieve Advaita, live Advaita. So from that context, if you say, I don't need to give up the grihastha life because that is not required for Advaita, living Advaita, then you are right. But if you say, no, without attachment, if you live there, that is also okay, then you are manipulating dharma. Please understand. If you can't get up early morning for yoga, naturally you start manipulating. No. That and all is not required for me. Just if I mentally align myself and remember God few minutes, He will immediately land on me and support what is there. Unnecessarily waking up in the early morning, bending the body this side, that side. And if I just remember, that's all, that is enough. This is manipulating dharma, understand? Actually, waking up early morning is not necessary for Advaita. It is a support, but not a compulsion to live Advaita. From that understanding, if you think, then it is okay. Listen. You may ask, what is the difference between these two thought currents? When you understand what is necessary and what is not necessary, you never fall into powerlessness. But when you think something is necessary and not able to do, you fall into powerlessness. Only the fellows who fall into powerlessness manipulate dharma. Trying to manipulate dharma is karma. Trying to manipulate dharma is karma. Understand? If you know thoroughly, you have to get up early morning for living Advaita. If you can't get up, the right thing to do is completing with the pattern you are not able to get up and making your body and mind fresh, alive for you to wake up early morning. That is the dharma. But unfortunately, if you learn to manipulate even one step of dharma with the wrong reason, I tell you, after that dharma can never enter into your life. Because you know how to manipulate every rule. Just one simple understanding. Integrity with the time. For living Advaita, integrity with the time is necessary. That is not option. If you tell 6:30 you will be there, you have to be there, or you have to inform them ahead, at least before 6:29, that you will not be there at 6:30. So integrity with the time is a compulsory for living Advaita. But when you can't maintain this integrity with the time, and you start manipulating within you and without you, means inside you and outside you, both. No, that and all is for initial level people, not for everyone. That is not required. It's okay. Once you manipulate yourself, convince yourself that integrity with the time is not required, the moment you convince yourself, be very clear, You entered into the pattern of karma. After that, within 3-4 months, you will convince yourself with all types of manipulation, authenticity is not required for you. You will convince yourself non-violence and cruelty-free lifestyle is not required for you. The ability to manipulate dharma, the mental setup of manipulating dharma, I tell you, that is the most dangerous pit a human being can fall. That's the most dangerous drainage a human being can fall. I tell you, I have to look at the stark reality. Even if a single person who does not manipulate dharma, who lives what he knows as right, is enough for me to run my Sangha. Just one person. I am searching just for those 1 or 2 persons who does not manipulate dharma. Please understand. Lives what he knows is dharma. Does not use different words, theories, theologies, concepts to manipulate it. I am searching just for those 1 or 2 diamonds. Of course, I wanted to make millions of people. I wanted to make is different, but still I have not got even one is the truth. Who does not manipulate dharma in his thinking. There is no blind spot in his thinking. If he knows right, he does it. If he does not know, he knows it is not required. If he does not get up in the morning and come for yoga, he knows it is not required. If he knows it is required, he is not inefficient or there is no impossibility. That is what I call no blind spot, no manipulation of the principles. It is unfortunate. One of the very important Hindu guru telling publicly he is searching for one person who does not manipulate the dharma. Understand? The scale I set also need to be looked in. Its highest standard. Anyone who lives in his life without manipulating even one step of dharma lives enlightenment. The whole effort in my Gurukul I am doing is create at least few thousand beings who don't manipulate dharma. If they know this has to be done, it has to be done. If something is not done, we should know very clearly it is not required to be done. But if we are sure it is required, no question of manipulation or compromising. You know it is required and you manipulate, compromise. That is what I call karma, blind spot. The pattern of manipulating and compromising with the life of Advaita is karma. The pattern of coherently vibrating with the Advaitic thinking, being in sync, synergetic with Advaitic thinking is what I call dharma. Who knows the dharma and do not compromise, do not manipulate it. lives enlightenment. Even if there is some simple manipulation, you are a Mahant and your Tanidar is supposed to come for a meeting and you missed integrity. You came 2 minutes late and you thinking, oh, he's after all my Tanidar, why should I need to complete with him? Be very clear, that is manipulation. Manipulation using your position. You forget your position as a Mahant itself came to you only because of your integrity, authenticity, responsibility and enriching. But after you sit in that position, not living the Dharma, manipulating and compromising is what I call karma. I gave you one example. Even if you are in your office, you are a CEO, and in a meeting, your junior most staffs, everyone has to come around 10 o'clock. You came 10 to, they were all waiting, and you don't care about 2 minutes. Why should I apologize to them? Why should I complete with them? After all, they are my junior most staff and I pay them. Understand, you may be paying them, but you have no right to manipulate the law of life, the words you gave and your integrity. Integrity, authenticity, responsibility and enriching. These four are dharma which can never be manipulated or compromised. Any manipulation or compromise done in these four principles is karma. Please listen. If you are inefficient, if you are incompetent, to live these four principles of integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, work on completion and make yourself competent. Work on bringing more and more understanding, make yourself awakened. But don't learn the mental setup of manipulation and compromising. I tell you, once you learn not to complete with your Tanedars and miss your integrity with your Tanedars, it won't take too much time for you to cheat the Sangha, do Sangadroha or Dharmadroha or Gurudroha itself, or destroying your own self. It won't take much time. Degradation happens in the speed of snowballing. Spiritual growth happens in the speed of trekking on Mount Everest. Understand? Spiritual growth, following of Dharma, happens in the speed of trekking in Mount Everest. Degradation happens in the speed of snowballing. The moment you start learning, compromising, adjusting, to manipulate your dharma, compromise on your integrity and authenticity, that pattern is what I call karma, and it is most dangerous. Please understand. A person who comes late 2 minutes to a meeting and does not complete with the whole group will not take too much time to commit a murder. Please understand the stark reality. If you know how to manipulate yourself and compromise, not bother about your integrity, with the time just coming 2 minutes late and not bothered about completing because they are all people working under you. If you don't bother about your word, and your integrity in that small action. For you to kill somebody, do a murder, it won't take a long time. You may not be doing it because you don't need. You may not be doing it because of the fear you will be put in the jail, not because of the principle of Advaita. Understand? Even why you don't kill somebody, why you are not violent, even those things should be from the right context, not because you are going to be put in the prison. Then if you can cheat the police and prison, you will do anything you want. That is not the living Advaita. That is not living Advaita. You need to know why you don't rob others' property, why you don't steal others' property, why you don't kill others. All these basic questions about life should be answered from the Advaitic context. I don't kill other person because he is my own extension. I don't steal others' property because I don't need. Everything is mine. There is no such thing I need to steal from him for me to enjoy. If he feels it is his possession, let him enjoy. But I am his extension, he is my extension. Even if his tongue is enjoying that, his body is enjoying that, it is nothing but my own extension enjoying. Having clarity about even all your righteousness is dharma. Why you are vegetarian? Don't say because you are born and brought up in that family. Don't say because you don't like non-vegetarian food. All that cannot be dharma. I am vegetarian because I don't want to be cruel to an animal which has developed a biomemory to feel the pain. Any species which has developed a biomemory to feel a pain, I should not be hurting it because they are all my extension. This clarity, with this clarity, if you are living a vegetarian lifestyle, it is dharma. No, non-veg, for non-veg you need lot of land. For non-veg you need lot of resources. But for vegetarian food, it is very easy to grow. Then your vegetarianism can be called as a good economic decision, not dharmic decision. All your virtues should be dharmic decision. Sit and think through your whole life. Let your whole life be aligned with dharma. Whatever species exists on the planet Earth, they all have a right over the planet Earth just like we have a right. We don't have a right to vacate them from the planet Earth just because of our whims and fancies. No. Everything you live should have the context of Advaita. Everything which has the context of Advaita should be lived by you is living enlightenment. Lifestyle of no blind spot. Every understanding from the context of Advaita has to be lived uncompromisingly. If you are made to understand this is responsibility, you have to live it. This is enriching, you have to live it. This is authenticity, you have to live it. This is integrity, you have to live it. No question of compromising. No compromising. If you are powerless somewhere to live the dharma, complete. Complete with that powerlessness. Complete with that powerlessness and Raise yourself to the next level. But no question of manipulating it. If you manipulate dharma, you will never transform. You will never know where you need to complete. You will continue to be the same sewage, thinking outside you sprayed enough perfume, no one will have a smell. Yes, but inside you will be stinking. If you know something as dharma, it has to be lived uncompromisingly, without manipulation. Whatever you are living, you should know the reason, context from the Advaita and Dharma. Uncompromising, unmanipulating, abidance, abiding with Advaitic thinking is Dharma, that is life. The essence of today's satsang, let you live uncompromisingly anything you understood as dharma, integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, and any dharma you are living, let you know the right context and the right reason why you are living that. For example, if you are a vegetarian, the first reason should be Advaita. Economy can be the second reason. Availability can be the third reason. You like or don't like can be the fourth reason. You are born in that family or not born in that family can be fifth reason. Now the medical reasons. Already so many researchers have proved chicken can cause cancer. Very recently also I read in Facebook an article. So medical reason can be fifth, sixth reason. All of them can be second, third reasons, but not the main reason. The main reason should be only Advaita. Only then it becomes Dharma in you. Let your whole thinking be revised, ironed out, aligned to Dharma, Advaitic living, Advaitic thinking. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching and causing eternal bliss. Nityananda. Thank you.
Nityananda Dhyanapitham, Nityananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nityananda.org, www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.